Hello everyone, it's Ryan with Frontline Animal Removal. Bat season is about to get started here in Northeast Ohio, and I figured I'd make a little video on what you should expect when it comes to bat inspections. Because oftentimes we'll get calls up from concerned business owners and homeowners that they have bats in the building and what should they do. Well, typically we will tell them that they need a bat inspection. And the bat inspection answers many questions for us, and it will answer many questions for you. Why is a bat inspection important? Well, we need to know what we're dealing with before we can come up with a plan to solve your issue. We also need to know how much work is involved so we can give you an estimate on how much investment it'll take to get rid of the problem. Sometimes when I come out to a homeowner's place, the bat issue is so small I can sometimes fix it right on the spot. The other thing that will happen is someone may perceive they have a bat problem, and after the inspection I can pleasantly inform them that they do not have a bat problem and they don't need to do anything else. But here's what you should expect when I come out. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a whole bunch of questions. And the reason why I ask a whole bunch of questions is I'm trying to understand exactly what you're experiencing and what your concerns are. So after playing a game of 20 questions, I'll have a pretty good idea what to look for. And then what I'll do is investigate certain things inside the structure. I typically go up in any attic and crawl spaces and look around for evidence of bats. I'm not typically looking for bats themselves. I'm typically looking for bat droppings, bat urine staining. I'm looking for the odor of bats. These are all indications that a colony uses the space. Now sometimes I get lucky and see bats, but most of the time they hide because they hear me coming and they see the light shining around them. They get out of sight. But if I see one, it's exciting. The other thing that I typically look at is I'll check fireplaces, check to see if the flue is closed, and I also check hot water tanks and older furnaces to see if bats have come down through those openings. Now once I'm done looking around inside, I will go outside and I will stare at the house with binoculars. Sometimes I stare for a very long time, sometimes not so much. And if I see anything interesting, I get the ladder out to take a closer look. Now sometimes I can see everything from the ground. Other times I get the ladder out and I'll spend some time on the roof, spend some time up around the chimney, spend some time just staring at stuff. And then once I'm all done staring at everything and taking a few pictures, I got a good idea what to do. And then that's when I can talk to you about what we need to do to get rid of the possible bat problem. Now if it's somewhat complicated, I'll have to give it a couple days to find a solution. But usually I can quote you right on the spot what the investment amount is to get the problem resolved. And then it'll be some time before we come out and actually do the exclusion. Bats are protected and bats hibernate. So we pretty much only do exclusions in April, May, and then September, October. Because once we get past October, the bats hibernate for the winter. They're not doing anything. And it doesn't do much good to seal up a house during the winter because we could trap the bats inside, which would be bad in the spring. Or doing the exclusion, when the bats leave, they might not be able to get back in and they die during the winter. In the summer, we're dealing with bat pups. So the beginning of June, mama bat gives birth to baby bats, and because they're protected, we can't separate them, and we have to allow the baby bats to grow up. And besides, who wants a bunch of baby bats crawling all throughout the house looking for mama? So once we get to September, we can ramp up our work. So the key to good bat exclusions and removal of bats from the house is patience, because we do a lot of inspections and we do a lot of waiting. But once bat season gets rolling, I do a lot of working to get your problem resolved. And if you have lots of questions about bats, give me a call. I'm more than happy to help you out. Thank you.